Have you ever seen a product like this before that's been able to do something like that?
Not directly in terms of levels of oxygen measured in that area of the body. No.
So we call Kure an oxygen supplement. That's how we describe ourselves. Do you think that's a fair analysis?
I would think so. It has that much more oxygen in it than ordinary water, and it's coming out of the water and into the skin blood flow.
Let's move into some of the findings from the trial because they are really nothing short of extraordinary. Let's start with lactate. What was observed regarding lactate?
We noticed that the levels of blood lactate concentration were lower in the latter stages of exercise and into 2 minutes into recovery in the Cure trial compared with the control trial.
See, that's a remarkable kind of outcome, isn't it? Especially if you're seeing it consistently. So what does that actually tell you, in terms of recording a lower lactate score? What's actually happening inside the person where that lactate is building up?
Okay, so the implications of that are related to metabolism, exercise metabolism. In exercise, we rely predominantly either on aerobic and or anaerobic metabolism, and the percentage contribution of those two metabolic processes is dictated by a number of factors: the intensity of exercise or the fitness of the individual. Now, we had individuals that we tested in different conditions, but the same relative exercise loads, so everything was controlled other than whether they were drinking the normal water or the Cure water. So in the Cure trial, the lactate, this is blood lactate levels, were lower. So that implies that there is less anaerobic metabolism. Now, anaerobic metabolism is associated with increased levels of something called lactic acid that's produced in the muscle. This dissociates very, very quickly, and the lactate moves into the bloodstream, which is why we can measure it easy. But the acid stays in the muscle, and acid is associated with more rapid muscular fatigue. So if there's less lactate, that suggests there's less lactic acid or less acid accumulation in the muscle, and therefore the likelihood of fatigue is reduced. Also, it suggests a shift to aerobic metabolism.